In the midst of the sky, an unconscious man plummets at high speed. Meet Royce. His parachute saves him just in time as he plunges through the thick jungle, only to be knocked out upon landing. Moments later, Royce awakens to a mysterious location, armed and confused. Suddenly, Cuchillo, a Mexican cartel member, threatens Royce, but a third man falls from the sky. Parachute failure fatal. Gunfire erupts, and Royce skillfully evades, outmaneuvering the shooter. Enter Nikolai, a Russian commando, whose last memory is war. Royce and Cuchillo share a similar experience, a blinding light, and then they were here, falling from the sky. Turning around, they encounter Isabel, an Israeli sniper, who's also stranded in the enigmatic jungle. She recalls seeing more falling people. They decide to unite in their quest, unaware of the observing Yakuza member Hanzo. Attempting to follow them, Hanzo soon ditches his shoes due to sticky mud. As the group ventures deeper, they stumble upon a violent confrontation. Stans, a death row inmate, clashes with Mombasa, a South African rebel. Their dispute ends when they spot Royce and company. A man stuck in a tree, Dr. Edwin, is rescued by Royce. He shares their collective experience of a blinding light, leaving them stranded in this jungle. Amidst their journey, Isabel must ignore Stan's lewd remarks. They discover Hanzo frozen in mud, fixated on a macabre totem laden with bones. Mombasa speculates on a trophy collector, while Nikolai deems it a test. Cuchillo believes it's a ransom, Stan suggests an experiment, and doubts emerge about their afterlife status. Royce urges them to focus on escaping, leading the group forward. Along the way, Edwin prevents Nikolai from touching a bewitching flower, revealing its poisonous nature. Nikolai vows to safeguard Edwin in gratitude. Further into their journey, Isabel signals Royce to slow down and demonstrates an improvised compass placed on the water, but it frustratingly keeps spinning. In response, Royce notes that the sun has remained stationary since their arrival, making navigation challenging. He also speculates that their group was purposefully selected, considering their formidable skills, including a doctor. Isabel speculates on Royce's past as a soldier, but he remains tight-lipped. Continuing their trek, the group stumbles upon a mysterious cage covered with a sheet, only to discover it empty with ominous bloodstains. Looking up, they see numerous fallen cages ensnared in the trees, indicating they won't be alone for long. They press on, and Mombasa inadvertently activates a trap by tripping over a branch. A series of deadly mechanisms, including a massive swinging tree trunk and falling wooden stakes, threaten their lives. Isabel narrowly escapes falling into a hole, saved by Royce just in time. She attempts to pinpoint the trap setter with her weapon's scope, only to find the individual already deceased. Based on the decomposition, Edwin identifies the deceased as a former USA Special Forces soldier who has been dead for 2 weeks. As they move forward, Royce concludes that the traps were intended for whatever killed the soldier, likely a much larger threat due to their trap placement. Mombasa senses a presence among the trees but chooses to ignore it. Unbeknownst to them, they are being observed by someone using infrared technology to eavesdrop on their conversations. As they reach the jungle's edge and gaze at the sky, they are shocked to see a bizarre array of planets and stars, indicating they are not on Earth. Royce determines that they must find the culprits responsible for their predicament and demand a way back. Re-entering the jungle, they encounter a sudden drone appearance that startles Stans. He complains about the lack of firearms and even threatens Mombasa, but a growling sound from the jungle distracts them. A menacing beast charges at the group, prompting them to open fire. They manage to kill the creature, but more of its kind are approaching. With no firearms, Edwin and Stans flee, and Edwin is pursued by a creature as he stumbles. Isabel makes a precise shot to eliminate the threat. Meanwhile, Nikolai and Hanzo eliminate another beast, and Royce uses only a knife to take down one. Stans defends himself against an attacking monster using a knife, and Mombasa arrives just in time to finish it off with shots. Edwin climbs a tree for safety, while Isabel finds herself cornered by a creature, contemplating desperate measures. Suddenly, a whistle echoes through the jungle, causing all the beasts to flee. The group reunites and reaches a chilling conclusion: they are being hunted. The creatures acted as hunting dogs testing their prey, and the whistle summoned them back. The planet serves as a colossal hunting ground, and the beings inside the cages are the hunted. Mombasa realizes someone is missing, and they hear Cuchillo's voice pleading for help in the trees. The group follows the sound, only to find Cuchillo injured and on his knees. Isabel moves to assist him, but Royce stops her, suspecting it's a trap, which he demonstrates by throwing a stone. The others concur that there's nothing they can do for Cuchillo, ignoring Isabel's objections. As the group departs from Cuchillo's apparent demise, Isabel decides to put an end to his suffering and shoots him. However, to her shock, she hears Cuchillo's voice calling for help once more. Isabel hastily flees the scene, only for it to be revealed that Cuchillo had been deceased all along, and the voice was a recording manipulated by the hidden hunter, who is observing them. determined to decipher their enemy's tactics. Royce speculates that the hunter wants them to run, leading him to suggest they follow the dog tracks to locate the hunter before they become prey. Shortly after, the group stumbles upon a gruesome campsite, where bodies of various races hang on stakes and the ground is littered with the remains of diverse creatures. In the camp's depths, they encounter a shocking sight, a massive and grotesque creature, identified as a predator, bound to a stake. Isabel exhibits a peculiar reaction to the creature, and Nikolai provocatively pokes it with his weapon, only for the predator to roar to life. Isabel urges a hasty departure, but Royce goes missing. Suddenly, a barrage of spears emerges, killing Mombasa. Royce emerges from the shadows, firing wildly, and the others join him in unleashing a hail of bullets. The intense exchange reveals that the hunter is also a cloaked predator. The group flees as the predator uses lasers to attack, causing explosions and flames in their wake. They eventually roll down a hill and plunge into a river, where they swim to safety. Unbeknownst to them, a drone detects their location and relays it back to the camp, revealing that there are 3 hunting predators in total. Taking refuge in a cave, Isabel confronts Royce, striking him for using them as bait. Despite her anger, Royce doesn't regret his actions, as they now have valuable information about their adversary's strength and hunting methods. Royce questions Isabel about her unusual reaction to the predator, suspecting that she may have encountered one before. She admits to hearing stories about creatures resembling these aliens in Guatemala in 1987, referencing the events of the first movie. Royce devises a plan to set up a defensive perimeter and force the predators into a choke point. The group agrees to help, taking positions in the jungle. Isabel spots movement among the trees with her scope, but the enemy refrains from attacking, suggesting they may be aware of the traps. They adapt their plan, using Edwin as bait to lure the enemy. Isabel snipes the pursuing hunter, but when they approach the body, they discover it's not a predator but another victim from the cages. Suddenly, they hear a voice, and a cloaked figure appears behind Royce. The figure removes its mask, revealing that it's not a predator but another human named Nolan. He advises them to lower their voices to avoid detection by the hunters. Nolan has been surviving on the planet for 10 seasons, scavenging from predators and their victims. Isolated on the planet, he has developed a tendency to talk to an imaginary friend. Nolan also shares some knowledge about the predators, including the importance of concealing human heat signatures to avoid detection and the existence of both large and small predators who do not get along. Royce realizes that if the predators return each season, they must have a ship nearby. Nolan points out that they would be unable to pilot it. As Nolan goes to sleep, the group engages in conversation. Nikolai shows Edwin a picture of his children, Stans reveals a creepy tattoo of his sister, and Hanzo admires a samurai sword, surprising everyone with his ability to speak English. He explains that he lost fingers for talking too much. Isabel shares her theory that they were chosen because, on Earth, they were like predators, perceived as monsters. However, Royce remains fixated on finding the predator's ship, suggesting they could potentially enlist the captured predator in the camp as an ally against their common enemy. Suddenly, smoke fills the room, and they realize Nolan is missing. The door is blocked, leading Edwin to suspect Nolan's intentions of killing them to steal their belongings. Outside, Nolan fans the fire, and Royce detonates a bomb against the wall to create noise and attract the attention of a nearby predator. The group's plan works as Nolan encounters a predator in the hallway, which promptly eliminates him with its lasers. The predator manipulates a panel on the wall to create a small opening into the group's room, teasing them. Royce cautiously approaches and places his gun in the hole to shoot a flare, confirming the predator's absence. They manage to push the panel aside and escape, venturing into dimly lit corridors as they seek their way out. During their escape, Edwin inadvertently becomes separated from the group and calls for help while lighting another flare, attracting the attention of a predator. Edwin hears a menacing growl in the darkness and flees until he reunites with the group. He pleads for assistance, but the group decides to leave him behind. At that moment, a predator materializes in front of Edwin, but before it can attack, Nikolai intervenes. Edwin runs while Nikolai confronts the alien but meets a swift demise. The predator impales Nikolai and hoists him with its blade. Nikolai uses this opportunity to defy the alien by spitting in its face and triggering a detonator. The resulting explosion claims both their lives, and a shockwave sweeps through the ship as the group narrowly escapes. Outside the ship, Stans begins jubilantly celebrating their victory over an alien but is abruptly assaulted by a predator, which decloaks itself. The predator is poised to strike Royce, but Stans intervenes, stabbing the predator while urging the others to flee. Frustrated at losing its prey, the predator hurls Stans to the ground and ruthlessly rips out his spine. It roars and attracts the attention of the third predator, which starts tracking the group. Hanzo detects the pursuing predator and urges the others to escape while he stays behind to buy them time. After the remaining trio departs, Hanzo confronts the predator, unsheathing his katana just as the alien finds him. A fierce sword fight ensues, with Hanzo being overpowered several times by the alien's strength. However, Hanzo manages to strike the predator's abdomen. They exchange more blows until they simultaneously deal fatal blows to each other, both perishing at the same time. Meanwhile, Edwin accidentally triggers a trap, rendering him unable to walk. Royce suggests leaving Edwin behind or booby-trapping him, but Edwin reveals a picture of Nikolai's family, pretending they are his own children. Isabel refuses to abandon or harm Edwin, prompting Royce to leave on his own. Royce eventually reaches the camp and communicates with the captive predator, offering freedom in exchange for leaving the planet. The predator acknowledges understanding and releases Royce from his restraints. It retrieves its mask, activates its equipment, and displays a star map of the universe on its arm brace, highlighting Earth, sealing the deal, and summoning its spaceship. Meanwhile, Isabel assists Edwin in walking, but they stumble into a trap, becoming ensnared in a net. The third predator is waiting and hauls them back to the camp, tossing the humans into a pit. However, it notices that its fellow predator has been freed and immediately starts fighting. Royce uses the chaos to run toward the ship. As the spacecraft takes off, the predators engage in combat, with one ultimately overpowering the other and decapitating it. Afterward, the victorious predator destroys the ship before it can escape. In the pit, Isabel, paralyzed by the poison, is joined by Edwin, who reveals his psychopathic nature and desire to remain on the planet among monsters. He attempts to kill Isabel, but Royce arrives in the nick of time, subduing Edwin with his own poison. Royce booby-traps Edwin and leaves him for the predator to find. When the alien approaches and touches Edwin, it triggers a series of grenades, resulting in Edwin's demise, a fire, and sending the predator flying. The predator eventually regains its composure, and Royce waits for it, using the flames to disrupt the alien's infrared sensor, its sole means of seeing. Royce wields an axe and engages in a relentless chase, repeatedly striking the predator and using the flames to his advantage. After a series of fierce exchanges, the predator focuses on locating Royce's heartbeat and shoots the tree behind which Royce is hiding, injuring him. The alien begins tossing Royce around but is interrupted before it can deliver the fatal blow. Isabel, despite her injuries, reaches her weapon and shoots the predator. Although wounded, the alien retaliates by launching a dagger at Isabel's shoulder. Royce capitalizes on the distraction to retrieve his axe and deliver a final series of blows, ultimately decapitating the predator. Afterward, Royce reunites with Isabel, and together, they witness more cages descending from the sky. Royce declares the urgency of finding a way to leave the planet. And there you have it, the encapsulation of Predators. If you enjoyed this recap, stay connected for more captivating narratives. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a like to support our channel. Your engagement is truly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay level-headed.